Let me guess. You've tried to figure out if you're a Charlotte Mason homeschooler or an unschooler or a classical family or Montessori. Maybe you're even eclectic. And you've ended up more confused than when you started. Here's the thing that nobody tells you. The labeling is not helping you. It's boxing you in. Today, I'm giving you my real list. 3 things that don't matter in your homeschool journey, and 3 things that really, really do. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna. If you're new here, we're a homeschooling family of 4. We are in our 8th year of homeschooling, and today, no, we're a homeschooling family of 4 in our 9th year of homeschooling. Woo! And today, I am going to talk with you about 3 things that matter for your homeschool journey and 3 things that don't. Before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. While you're down there, you can find me in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. I am guilty of having spent an embarrassingly large amount of time trying to figure out what our homeschool style is. And never once have I fit into a homeschool style. The labeling isn't the problem. I think the problem is that when you do find your label, it can keep you boxed in and it can keep you from reaching out. And that's just one of the things we're going to talk about today. Let's jump right into the 3 things that don't matter. Number 1, grade level perfection. Now, I have found that it is valuable in our homeschool journey to know what grade level my kids are in. This comes up a shocking amount, and it is helpful for them to know what grade level they're in. However, I base that on birthdays and years under our belt. As far as which curriculum piece they're using in which year, that I skip. So we do not stick to grade level perfection. Why? Because every year I've had a kid ahead of something and a kid in a different level of something. So knowing what their grade level is based on birth dates is really helpful when it comes to kind of booking outside classes or when it comes to summer camps and placement and things like that. So it's really nice to have that handle on it. Plus it gives them an answer when somebody asks, because people always ask. And just being able to say 5th grade is a lot easier than being like, well, I'm homeschooled and I don't know. So knowing where they are as far as the years of school you have under your belt, I do think is really helpful, but worrying about that grade level placement perfection, skip it. It doesn't equate. Even kids in 3rd grade aren't, across the board 3rd grade. So don't worry about that. Skip it entirely. And now we come to number 2, which is having a method or a label. Yes, it can serve you. If you know that you are going to be Montessori and you're going to be Montessori all the way up, that's great. But if it comes to keeping you from being able to look at something else because it isn't Montessori, I want you to maybe consider that having a label can be useful, absolutely, just like knowing if your kid's in 3rd grade. But the absolutism, the absolute mentality that comes along so often with a homeschool style, a homeschool label, can really box you in and do you a disservice. So be sure that you aren't pigeonholing yourself simply because you've chosen a label. I now am at the stage when people will be like, oh, it's kind of the same thing. What curriculum do you use? That's not how that works though. We don't use one, we use a lot. And we also do a lot of styles. And so I just always say eclectic because it's easier. Secular and eclectic, that's what I say, which honestly is like the catch-all umbrella that means a little bit of everything. But I have never once been of the attitude that there's only one way to do something. Now, even my kids will learn different things better in different ways. And so sticking with that label can really be a little not damaging, but just give you some walls and some barriers that maybe you wouldn't have otherwise. So keep that in mind and keep that flexibility. Number 3, Pinterest perfect homeschool. It's not going to happen, okay? Your house isn't going to be clean every day. It's certainly not going to be clean from every angle. It's not going to look the way it does in curated photo shoots. Why? Because this is your home and your home does not look like it does in curated photo shoots, okay? I saw listing photos from when we sold our house last year. I was like, whose house is this? This looks so nice. Why? Because it wasn't my house. It just happened to be the house I was living in. And when shot with perfect lighting and when all of the things are cleared out and with an aesthetic professional eye, when no one is living or breathing in the space, that is not the home I live in. Just like the homeschool that you teach in is not the one that you're going to see on Pinterest, and you're not going to find it there. Yes, you can do every IKEA hack built in, and you can do every perfect pastel rainbow spread that you come across. You can buy everything neutral. But that's not real life. So I want you to take that Pinterest perfect homeschool idea and throw it out the window, because these are the 3 things your homeschool does not need. These things don't matter. Your label doesn't matter. Your kids being entirely on grade point doesn't matter. Your Pinterest, your homeschool looking like it could be photographed for a magazine at any point really also doesn't matter, okay? What does matter are the 3 things that we are about to talk about. And this is where I want you to invest your energy, because this is what's going to bring you through the dark days, 1, and 2, get you through homeschooling, okay? If you can drop those other kind of expectations, that lack of ability to keep up with that, because those are the 3 things you're honestly never going to be able to keep up with. And if you fixate on them, you're going to feel bad. You're going to feel guilty that you chose something that wasn't Charlotte Mason, or you're going to feel bad that you took a picture to send to grandma who's not on board with homeschooling and something in the picture wasn't on point. You're going to feel bad if your kid isn't entirely across the board on grade level. Now, keep in mind, no one is. All of us have gifts and strengths, and all of us have struggles. It is what it is. That is real life. And it's going to be that way in your homeschool. And I'm really sorry to tell you, but this is true, okay? Your kids are not going to be the same level in everything, because that's just not how human nature works. So just keep that in mind. Now let's talk about what does actually matter. Number 1, and it's the most important one in my entire list, your relationship with your children is the most important part of your homeschool. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to say it loud. I'm going to say it proud, like I always do. The first part of homeschool is home. It is so important that you maintain those relationships, that you are mom first, that you are dad first, that your home comes first, because your home, where they live, is honestly where they're going to get the bulk of their needs met. And education is great. Being able to offer our children the most amazing education that we possibly can is wonderful. Being able to do that in our home with the freedom that comes with that, awesome, love it, fully endorse it. However, I am not willing to sacrifice my home just for the school part, because it is the most important thing you're going to do for your children is give them a good home. And education's great, and I hope they get it. I really do. But your home is step 1, okay? Education closely behind, often intertwined, much as mine is, but home is number 1. So first and foremost, family. You are a family, you are a unit, you are a home, you are a parent first and foremost. Before any amount of education can happen, those initial needs must be met. Hard stop. Number 2, things that actually matter in your homeschool. Literacy and numeracy. So your kids need to be progressing and working toward reading. I firmly believe the best gift that we can give our children, and honestly, once both my kids could independently read, it's a little bit like, because now there's a little bit of the burden, a little bit of that onus on them to go find the information that they're missing, or on them to go find the information that they need. Literacy and numeracy are crucial to any aspect of anything that they do in life ever. And if you don't believe me, I do not have a college degree. I do have license in cosmetology here in Texas, and the amount of color theory, the amount of angles, math, chemistry, all of that goes into doing hair is so much more than you would ever think. Understanding the radius of the head, the bones of the head, the angles and the output that creates when you're cutting a straight line, essentially putting a 2-dimensional shape on a 3-dimensional shape. There's a lot that goes in with this. And your kids, it doesn't matter what they do for the entire rest of their lives. I do not care if they decide to sit on the stoop in front of your house and become a block of cheddar. They need to be able to read. And they need to be able to have a relationship with numbers. So they need to be able to count and math and things like that. So literacy and numeracy, very important, okay? So you don't have to teach them how to play the harmonica, okay? There are a lot of things that aren't going to matter in their education. Maybe they enjoy it, maybe you love it, that's great. You lean hard into that. But literacy and numeracy are very, very important for a single anything, absolutely anything that you ever do, okay? Literacy and numeracy. And the number 3 thing, which I often tell you is the only thing you need to successfully homeschool, is consistency. It is great if you get up every Monday morning and you do everything on your plan, do everything that you're supposed to, but Monday morning is so hard for you that you then don't do anything Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then you circle back to Monday, and since you didn't do anything the last week, you might as well take Monday off too. No, you need to show up consistently for kids. And I don't care what you do. If you are doing a little bit of stuff every day, you're gonna get better results, especially from homeschooling and from learning because of the consistency, than if you did a whole bunch once and never touched it again. Be consistent. And I don't care what your plan looks like, okay? If your plan is 1 hour of schoolwork every single day, that will add up to a lot if you consistently do it. Please be consistent. I assure you it's better for you, it's better for your home, it's better for your parenting, and it is especially better for your children's education if you can be consistent, if you know what to expect, if they know what to expect, if everybody knows what to expect, and school starts at whatever time o'clock you decide for that to start. In our home, consistency is the single thing that always gets us through. Even if we're gone a week, we know what Mondays look like, we're able to right back in because it works for us. Everybody knows 9 a.m. start time. Even Dad, who's not here when we do schoolwork, on the days he happens to be here, he knows 9 a.m. Boom, done. We know we are consistent, and it has saved us time and time and time again. It allows us to be flexible. It allows us to take a day when needed because we are consistent. It doesn't throw everything off. We know what happens the day after that. And so because of that, believe it or not, that stringent consistency provides us an amazing freedom and flexibility. It truly, truly does. Now that we've talked about the 3 things that don't actually matter for your homeschool and the 3 things that do truly matter for your home and for your homeschool, I just want to remind you that it is never going to look like it did when you pinned it on Pinterest. It will never go as smoothly as somebody else says their day went. And that's okay. It is about you showing up for your learners. It is about giving your home and your space a wonderful place for your learners to learn in the manner that they learn without putting a label on it, in whatever grade, whatever subject aligns to. But you're doing it consistently and you're doing a great job. And this is going to serve you and it's going to serve your family so well. I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. I would love to hear if there was a 4th thing that was what doesn't actually matter for homeschool, or a 4th thing of what you would add to my list of what does truly matter in homeschool. I would love to hear what it is, because I bet you so many of these are not ideologically specific. So I doubt it's going to be like, well, you have to unschool. That's the only way to homeschool. I bet it's going to be more things like being consistent, packing your patience, things that are universal for all learners, for all homeschools, and for all parents, and for all families. I am excited to hear. So please let us know what would be your 4th absolutely not, and your 4th absolutely do, or what would you take out of my list? What do you not agree with? I would like to hear it. Be sure to tune back in next Tuesday, because the very next video that I post is all going to be about what you tolerate is what you endorse. And I think this is going to be a really great conversation. Till next time, I hope you're making everyday magic.